everyone, and welcome to the Ashton College Alumni Interview Series. My name is Lindsay, and I'm from the marketing team at Ashton College. Today, we're joined by Jafar from our RCIC Entry to Practice Exam Prep course. Thank you for being here today, Jafar.
Thank you. Hello, first of all, hello everyone, and thank you for actually inviting me to this interview.
Of course. So Jafar, can you tell us a little bit about your career experience and how you ended up at Ashton College?
Actually, first of all, I need to introduce myself. I am Jafar. I am from Iran, and I used to be a university professor in my back home country. I'm PhD in international relations with the field field of international politics and regional studies. I have published 2 books and 27 articles. If you Google all of them, you will see on internet. And I've been given lecture in 7 countries, 2 of them in Canada, 2004 and 2005 in Toronto University.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the other one is given in State University of Moscow, and the other one is given in Austria, and another one in Finland, and 2 other international conferences given in actually in my back home country in Iran. It was an international conference from all world specialists have taken part in that conference. So they invited me to give my lecture and my topic in that field. And so if you Google, all of them will going to pop up in the internet. So I've been teaching for university for 22 years. And my major is about international relations. And I used to teach for bachelor's, master's, and PhD students. And it was continued until actually last semester. Because of the COVID, I was teaching online from Canada. So that was my last semester over there. So after that, I requested for early retirement. You know, international relation, it's a bundle of subject matter. Lots of subjects you can find in this field. And there is a difference between international relation and international politics. International politics just involved in political relations between states, and governments. But international relations involved in different kind of relations between different kind of actors, like governments, actually international organizations, international parties, and international people. So my major, as I mentioned before, it is international relations, and so one of the reasons that I used to take the immigration consultant course, it is going back to my background, because it's kind of related to international relations. Even I've published an article about sex immigration from Central Asia to actually East Asia and Europe. So from several years ago, I was thinking about immigration, and even as I mentioned, I've published an article about it.
Wow, so is your plan then to become an immigration consultant? Is that the plan moving forward, or did you just want to learn more about it?
Actually, I passed the immigration consultant final test, and luckily I passed it. And even today I got good news that the CICC, it was ICCRC before, they gave me my ICCRC number today. So it was a good day for me, and this is the second good news for me for today. One of them is actually taking an interview with Ashton and you, and the other one is actually getting the ICCRC number. for myself.
Well, that's so exciting. Congratulations on passing the
Thank you. I
exam.
appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you learn about the exam prep course at Ashton College?
Actually, I received an email from Ashton College because I was graduated from Ashton. So Ashton College used to send me emails about different kind of events, and this was one of the events that I received email about it. So I got so happy that there is a kind of such a course that can help me with my final exam. So I took the course, and luckily, with the help of that course and with the knowledge that I got from Ashton College about the different modules that I got, and altogether I could pass the exam.
So it sounds like you did the IMCD program at Ashton College when we had it before it was only
Yes, of
now.
course. Yes, I got
That's
the
awesome.
immigration consultant course over there. 10 courses I passed with most of them A and A plus. And yeah, thank you. And I graduated from Ashton College. I got my diploma, and after 1 year, I took the actually the final exam for ICCRC, being as a ICCRC member, and I passed it.
Amazing. That's awesome. It's so nice to hear someone do the diploma program and then do the prep course and then get into the field like that. That's amazing. So who was your instructor for the prep course?
Really, my instructor for prep course was one of the best. He was Mr. Jerry Power. That he was kind of mixture between theory and practice. Because as I've heard, he was working for the government before in immigration field. So he actually, based on my point of view, he was a mixture of, as I mentioned, theory and practice. So that was so useful for me.
Awesome. Yeah, I've only heard good things about him, so I'm so happy we have him at Ashton. The prep course help improve your confidence for taking the entry to practice exam? Or did you already have that confidence and there's just some knowledge that you needed to get?
Actually, before I had lots of knowledge about immigration. As I mentioned, I graduated from Ashton. But as soon as I took the course from the beginning, even from the first session, I noticed that this is different. This is so different from the courses that I passed before because, first of all, Mr. Jerry Power had a good communication with the students. Of course, the other instructors had the same, but it was, it was a practical course. Even when we used to teach about the material, about the theory, I myself, other student too, asked some question in practice field. So he actually immediately answered the question, and I noticed that is so experienced person in this field, and I got so happy. Even I told my family members that I'm so happy that I got this course. It's I'm pretty sure that this course will help me to pass the exam, and it happened.
Amazing. What was your favorite part about the exam prep course?
All the fields was interesting. All the courses actually fields were interesting, but one of the actually most favorite one was actually economic field for investing in Canada in different actually projects in different provinces. I mean, PMPs was one of the favorite one.
Awesome. Yeah, that's such a big module as well, because
Yeah,
every province is different, so that'd be a lot to
yeah.
learn about. So what's your next steps for you in your career? Are you going to be applying to work somewhere? Are you going to start your own firm? What are your plans?
I have different plans. I'm kind of I have a kind of personality. I plan for the um, uh, um, short term, middle term, and long term. Yeah.
Wow.
This is my personal, actually, experience. All the time I do that. So for now, I'm trying to open my own business. I've registered my business with the PC registry. May I say the name of
Yes, you
the,
can.
okay,
Definitely.
okay. It is JAM Immigration. That is kind of abbreviation of my name, my son name, and my wife name. So
Nice.
yeah, my name is Jafar, so I got J. My son name is Arsene, so I got A from Arsene, and my wife name is Mariam. I got M from Mariam. So my immigration company's name is JAM Immigration and Refugee Services. To actually start my own business with my own company, but middle and long range goal is going back to track again in Canada. As I mentioned, I used to teach for 22 years for different levels of students in university. So I'm trying to get back to track again in Canada. I've actually changed my credentials, my background credentials to Canadian standards. I send my all credentials to WES, World Educational Certificate Services, and they evaluated me as a doctorate, PhD. So I'm trying to find a teaching position in immigration field, because as I mentioned, I'm interested in this field, and that's why I choose Ashton College to take the immigration consultant course. And even I have 22 years of experience in teaching field. So I'm trying to get back my track. At the same time that I'm teaching, I practice in immigration fields. Altogether, make another version of Mr. Jerry Power. Yeah.
That sounds like a great plan. Do you have any specific immigration continuing education courses you want to teach? Like, is there any focus that you're really interested in teaching? Like, I know there's the PNPs, there's the founding class, there's a whole bunch of different things. Is there something you want to focus on teaching?
Actually, as I mentioned, PMP was one of the favorite one. Refugees, the another one, and family class too. So these three fields are my actually favorite fields. I had the chance to have a position in one of the colleges that are involved in immigration program. I'm going to join them and try to teach this kind of fields.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of immigration CE courses that we have. That's why I wanted to ask what your interests were in and what you wanted to teach.
That would be my pleasure. And that's a very good chance for me. If I have a chance, I would be happy to do that.
Do you have any favorite books that you're reading right now, or any books that you'd recommend someone to read, whether it's just life stuff or immigration field?
Yes, actually, one of the most important books in international relations, as I mentioned, immigration is one of the part of the international relations. One of the most important books that every political science or international relation field student should study is international relation and political science, and that is written by James Rosena. He is an American writer, and even he was invited to Iran by Minister of Foreign Affairs several years ago. At that time, I was in Iran. So although I used to teach this book to students for master and PhD students, because it's so complicated books, but anytime that I review it, I find something new. So now I'm reviewing it again with actually immigration perspective, right?
Mm,
So one of the topics that in the book it is mentioned is about political analysis, right?
mm,
Political analysis. If you want to analyze the political phenomena, there is a actually chapter in this book that you can get information, learn about it, learn the skills, and analyze the phenomena. For example, people immigrating from Middle East to Europe, to America, to other parts of the world, right? What is the reason of that? It's a kind of political phenomenon, immigration, right?
mm,
Some people immigrating because of the actually having a good life for themselves, for their family members. Some people escaping from war. Some people escaping from poverty, right? There are different factors that the result, the outcome is immigration, right?
mm.
Immigration is the outcome. Immigration is the result. What is the reason? What are the reasons behind this outcome? What makes people to immigrate from Middle East, from Afghanistan, from my back home country, Iran, or other part of the world to Canada, to US, to UK, Europe, everywhere, right? So there should be several reasons: cultural, economic, political, and blah, 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 and so on, right? So I'm reviewing this book right now. And as I mentioned, I'm focusing based on the immigration perspective to get a good framework for how to analyze this phenomena as an immigration.
Wow, that's amazing. Last question coming up, Jafar. You've been amazing so far. Thank you so much for being here. So my
My
last
pleasure.
question is, what advice would you offer to someone who is considering taking the RCIC entry the practice prep course at Ashton College, or someone thinking of getting into the immigration field, or you can even speak on being in academia like you were for many years teaching as well?
Strongly recommend that if anybody want to take the final test, I mean the ICCRC test, take the prep course, because as I mentioned, it's totally different, totally different. For example, I had some problem about the Quebec programs, because in the actually diploma program, we didn't hear too much about it. But in this course, I got lots of information regarding the Quebec programs. But in my program that I passed in Ashton College, I didn't hear too much. I heard a little bit, but not enough for exam. So I got lots of information regarding the Quebec, and Mr. Terry Power mentioned to the point. Yeah, exactly. And lots of the exam questions I got from his points that he mentioned.
Oh, wow. So he really knows what the exam is going to be. He has many years teaching
Yeah,
that and like
exactly.
knowing what the exam is. That's super
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
Do you have any other
So,
general advice you want to share with anyone?
I recommend everyone that graduated from any school take this program. I mean, the EPE exam, EPE program, to get strongly ready for taking the final test. Of course, maybe someone without taking this course can pass the exam. It's an exception. But from my viewpoint, I actually strongly recommend that take this kind of program before taking the final test, because there are just 4 chances for passing the course. I mean, for passing the exam, final exam. So I strongly recommend before taking the final test, take this program.
I didn't realize you only have 4 chances. It makes sense to be the most prepared to take
Yeah,
them then.
exactly.
Awesome.
Because there is just 2 years validity for the English test, right? So during that 2 years, we have just 2 4 chances of taking the final test. So better to actually take the prep course before taking the exam because it's so limited.
Definitely. Thank you so much. That was a great way to end this off. And thank you for being here today, Jafar. And thank you everyone for watching this interview. And if you want to learn more about the RCIC Entry to Practice Exam Prep course, please visit us at ashtoncollege.ca, or I'll put a link in the description box below. I will also, with Jafar's permission, if he has one, put his name of his business he's going to be starting below, as well as a link to his website. With your permission, Jafar. Thank you everyone for watching. And
thanks for inviting me for the interview.